Welcome, esteemed listeners. Dive with us today into the depths of the second book of the Old Testament, Exodus. This ancient text, steeped in history and faith, tells a tale of liberation, of a covenant, and of a journey. It's a chronicle of the Israelites, a people shackled in the chains of slavery, their spirits yearning for freedom. Under the guidance of Moses, a leader chosen by God, they dared to dream of escape from the clutches of the oppressive Egyptian rule. The book of Exodus is not just a historical account, it's a testament of faith, a saga of divine interventions and human perseverance. It's an epic journey towards a promised land, a land flowing with milk and honey, but the path to liberation is never easy, is it? As we delve into chapter 9, remember this is a time of plagues, a time of confrontation between God and Pharaoh. Exodus chapter 9, a chapter of divine wrath and mercy. As we delve deeper into this chapter, we witness two significant themes, the plague of livestock and the plague of boils and hail. These were not mere random acts of divine retribution, but rather well-orchestrated demonstrations of God's supreme power. God, in his infinite wisdom, chose the livestock as the first target. In a single moment, all the livestock of the Egyptians died, while those belonging to the Israelites were unharmed. This was a staggering blow to the Egyptians, whose economy relied heavily on their livestock. But more than an economic disaster, this plague was a symbolic affront to Hathor, the Egyptian goddess of love and protection, often depicted as a cow. The message was clear: the God of the Israelites was far superior, but Pharaoh's heart remained as hard as a stone. Unmoved, he still refused to let the Israelites go, so God sent another plague. Boils and sores broke out on the Egyptians, affecting both man and beast. This was a direct challenge to Sekhmet, the Egyptian goddess of health, and believed to have healing abilities. Yet she was powerless to heal the Egyptians from this ailment. Then came the hail, unlike any that Egypt had ever experienced. Fire flashed within the hail, destroying everything: people, animals, and plants in the fields. This was a defiance to Nut, the Egyptian sky goddess, and Osiris, the god of vegetation and fertility. Again, the Egyptian deities were rendered helpless against the might of God. Each plague was a resounding declaration that the gods of Egypt were impotent before the God of Israel. Yet we see a God who, despite his overwhelming power, gave Pharaoh multiple opportunities to change his ways. He could have obliterated Egypt with a single word, yet he chose to give Pharaoh chance after chance to do the right thing. In these plagues, we see a God who is powerful, who demands justice, yet who also gives Pharaoh multiple opportunities to change his ways. What can we glean from this ancient narrative today? Exodus chapter 9, a tale steeped in history, offers a mirror to our own lives, highlighting themes of pride, stubbornness, humility, obedience, and the enduring mercy of God. Let's delve into the character of Pharaoh, a man who allowed the walls of his pride to blind him from reality. Despite witnessing the divine power through the plagues that ravaged his kingdom, his stubbornness persisted. His refusal to let the Israelites go, even in the face of such profound evidence of God's power, led to further suffering for his people. This stubbornness and pride resonate with us today, don't they? How often do we dig our heels in, refusing to change our ways, even when the evidence suggests we should? Pharaoh's actions serve as a stark reminder of the consequences of such unyielding stubbornness. But the narrative doesn't just stop at highlighting the pitfalls of pride and stubbornness. It also underscores the importance of humility and obedience to God's will. Had Pharaoh humbled himself and obeyed God's command, the suffering of his people could have been avoided. Similarly, in our lives, humility and obedience to the divine will often lead to peace, contentment, and growth. They free us from the shackles of our own stubbornness and open our hearts to the wisdom that life offers. But perhaps the most profound lesson from Exodus chapter 9 is the theme of God's power and mercy. God, in his mercy, gave Pharaoh multiple chances to repent, to change his ways, and to escape the impending doom. His power was undeniable, yet his patience and mercy shone through, offering Pharaoh not one, not two, but multiple chances to correct his course. This theme resonates with us even today. No matter how far we stray, God's mercy is always within reach. He gives us multiple chances to make things right, to repent, and to return to his path. As we close today's journey through Exodus chapter 9, remember, the lessons of the past echo into the present, offering wisdom for those willing to listen.